Good morning, everybody. I want to go over yesterday's PA. And by the way, we had this AM high here, this AM low. We also had this uh, London low sitting here, and we had the daily Fibonacci gap, as well as that new week opening gap here. So we had NFP 830. So waited for that to come into play. We took out this high. So again, remember the setup Jay said, if you take out an old high, you want to see the candle reject and close in the opposite direction of the high, which we didn't get here. So this is an example where we would close, and then you would wait for the next candle to see if we do get a bearish close, which we did. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's see here. 9. So we'd be looking around 10 o'clock for setups. Beautiful setup, by the way, that did come into play, like right at you know just after 10. Beautiful setup. So what I did was, before that 1 hour candle closed bearish, I came down to a lower time frame, and I was looking at this. I was looking at these order blocks here that traded. We had the breaker block. Then we traded the order block again. And then I was like sitting right here. I was looking right at this. And I was like, this is super messy. And I was like, we're definitely going to be bearish. That 1 hour candle is trading down quite a lot. Looked at that and I was like, should I take an entry to go short? And I ended up just not taking it. Ended up not taking it. Waited for the 10 o'clock hour to close. And then this did rally down, by the way. This rallied down 10 handles. Rally down. And I got analysis paralysis because I was looking at this. I was worrying about this. Should I take it? Should I not take it? And 10 o'clock struck. I went back up to a 1 hour just to look at the candle to see, see that massive close, bearish. Went up, looked at a 5 minute, and lo and behold, breaker block. Clean breaker block. We also had this inversion here, which is also something that I did look at on the 1 minute with that other setup. That was super messy. And we had this breaker block on a 5 minute, pull that through. Lo and behold, what happened right here? Put it back into it. Stop would be above the breaker block. Okay, you could factor this fair value gap if you wanted to. I thought, okay, a 10% stop would be, that's a nice stop. It's just shy of about 6 or 7 handles. And then waited for that. That's about 6 handles. Waited for that. Wanted to target 10 handles. So I was sitting on a 1 minute, went back down to went up to the 5 minute, saw the breaker block. Okay, I was like, oh damn, there's a breaker block. We traded into that breaker block, which would be these candles. We traded that, and it was already down here. It was already running away from the entry down there. I missed it. I missed it because what did I do? What did I talk about in the video? I specifically said don't go down to a lower time frame before the 1 hour candle does not close bearish. That's what I did. What ended up happening was I came down, I saw this, the 5 minute inversion. Okay, we traded that. All this messy slop, and this confused me, and I was like, should I take it? Should I not take it? Should I put the risk on? Should I not do it? It's, sloppy, it's messy, I don't really want to put it on. And then it rallied too. It rallied down lower. Okay, so I was like, okay, should have gotten in, and went up to the 5, saw the breaker block, came down. I was like, oh damn, too late, too late. We traded up, it's too late, missed it. Stop would be too big if I wanted to get in around this area. That'd be like double. That'd be like a 20 stop. 20 stop. Like, see that? We were like, if so I was like, oh damn, missed that. 20, 10 handle stop on that. Don't wanna put that on the table. So that happened. Beautiful 5 minute breaker block. But I broke that rule. Don't go down to a lower time frame until you get the closure. Okay. Don't do it. You're either gonna get into a setup, it's gonna be a loss. Okay, if it's like this, and you're, should I get in? Should I not get in? If you end up getting in, there is a chance you could take a loss in this. This is nothing but chop and junk. That's why I was like, should I? Should I not? And it's a good thing I didn't take that. Even though it would have been a winner, I wouldn't have been happy looking back after the fact, seeing that I executed in such slop. I always talk about the clean base. You want to have a clean base that you execute on. This is not a clean base. This is junk. But that 5 minute breaker block, that's beautiful. That is a Mona Lisa. Fit it into it. Next candle, it was on the closure of this. I mean that's a solid entry, and it's done for. It's off to the races. 10 handles in the bank. Okay, I missed it because I came down to lower time frames when I should have waited for that 1 hour to close. So that's my takeaway on it. Wait for the 1 hour to close, and don't bother going down to lower time frames, looking at things, and just leave it to do its thing, and then come down, find a setup. If you don't find anything, there's just no trade. Okay, there's just no risk. But nonetheless, it's beautiful, beautiful to see that it did end up playing out. We even continued rallying lower back into this London low. We rallied right through this, right through that. We tanked right through it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So oh yeah, this one would have been on one micro, 10 handles. It would have been $100. Would have been a nice $100 right there in the bank. So that one's on me for not following that rule, but just goes to show that the rules are there for a very good reason, and you should follow them. So that was the setup yesterday. That was what happened. That's what played out in price. I really got to go back to the fact that it's. I mean, normally I would have been in here like around 8:30. NFP. Okay, I wouldn't be trading NFP. I would at least give 30 minutes after the fact. But any other news event, I would be in there 8:30 looking, we got a breaker block, what we got, looking if we got some setup. And many times I would watch it and we would get this play and it would just run. And there would just be nothing for me to take anyways. Versus this, you're just sitting on a 1 hour, it rallies up, it does its thing. Even market opens up, doesn't do much, trades through that level, rejects it, comes back in, even chops around, have you be. Then we get the bearish closure. So you're like, okay, 1 hour before the fact, you're like, okay, we just took this high. Let's see what it does. Following hour, okay, good. We trade back in the range, bearish close. So what are you gonna do when you go down to a lower time frame? There's no guesswork. There's no worry. There's no nothing. You're just going into a lower time frame. What am I looking for? I'm looking for shorts. Shorts to where? Shorts to lows. Okay, because we rejected this high back in the range, bearish close. Look for lows. Look for liquidity pools, and look for an entry model. Frame your risk. Look where you want to get out. Take an entry, and that's it. Manage the risk. There's no stress. There's no nothing about it. It's boring. It's simple. It is what it is. The only real big factor there is that a lot of people are gonna walk right into this when it's you're just gonna have to be patient. You're gonna look at that 1 hour candle going up, it's gonna stab through the high, reject it, or you're gonna look at a setup like what happened yesterday, where it's gonna close up there, and the next candle's gonna come back in the range, trade down, and close down. And again, that's where a lot of you are gonna get caught up, thinking, "Oh, this thing's gonna run without me. It's gonna keep going down." And you're just gonna have to be patient, and you're gonna have to sit on that 1 hour and wait for that closure before you can go in and get a setup. Otherwise, you're gonna go down into lower time frames, and you're gonna mm, get yourself all confused and worried because you're gonna see something like this, and then you're gonna miss the real setup that's right in front of you. So that's the biggest factor is patience, just waiting for price to give you what you need to see to then go in and execute on that. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you all have a good one. And until I see you in the next one, stay safe and be well.